I know that there is a lot of unease and uncertainty going on in various parts of the world, with either some of the uprising, the protests on this continent, or in the US, and various changes in government and land farming things. But please, let's not be mindful to get pulled into this panic mentality of something that's come before. Everything that's come in the past up until now, we've known. Where we're moving to is unknown. And so I know that we can get trapped in our own mind of wanting to be prepared for the eventual outcome on everything. And I've had my fair share of buying certain things, and actually in the end I've gone through half of them over the past 4 years, especially because I've been nomadic, so I didn't want it just sitting in one spot. But I think it's important to be prepared mentally more than anything else, because and have faith, because that will get us through a lot, to the point that I'm not saying that should something happen that with our backpack full of goodies we'll survive, but we will get pulled to the people that we need to connect with. We will know where to find food. We will know how to find or connect with water sources. We will we have to trust that there is also different realities playing out for different people. My reality is not apocalyptic. And so please be mindful, if we've done so much hard work on ourselves or to create new kind of visions of where we're going, or not new, just really embody the life that we want to lead and the legacy that we want to leave on this planet, and it not all be about stress, like cortisol enhancing preparedness for an outcome that might never happen. Because the way that the world is shifting right now on a level of frequency, is that and this is just my belief, everybody else will have their own view, but I know that my future is not apocalyptic. Everything that we've been carving out for the past 4 years has changed. The choices that we've made day to day has led us and our lives and our legacy to a different place and space in time, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, vibrationally. So I don't think I'm going to be on long, but please, as I see more and more content being put out, which is amazing, people want to help people. That is a beautiful thing coming together. Let's be prepared. However, let it be just, a small percentage of our whole 360 outlook on what's to come. Because many of us that have been doing many of us that have been working on moving differently over the past couple of years, it won't touch us in the ways that it potentially might touch people that have had the either fear mentality, or goggles up, or their head in the sand. I don't wish harm or ill on anybody, but these are facts. There are people that have been able to observe what's been and what's potentially to come, and move and act differently. And there's those that just want to bury their head in the sand and think, and also they just don't know, they can't see. We don't have the same vision, like the goggles are on, and they are unable to see because of whether it's their programming or fear, things that those of us that believe we have eyes to see are talking about. And so 414, it's great, everybody wants to help each other, we want to give tips, and we want to be stored, but to keep in this mentality of continual survival. It is a trauma response, it's fear-based, and when we are rooted, I'm not talking about not being practical, but when we are rooted in love, we will survive. We are gonna get to where we need to get to and be connected to the communities and the lands and the peoples that we need to get to globally, nationwide, wherever we find ourselves, irrespective of what is going to be pushed on us by external forces or governmental organisational structures. Like, that is not, we have to claim the reality that we want to live in. That's if we believe, as I believe, like this is a game, it's a simulation, it's a reality. So yes, it's but to be honest, in our lineage and in our DNA, we know how to survive, because otherwise we'd be dead. Like, our lineage would have ceased right now, i.e. the dodo. I don't know, did it? I think the dodo is extinct. Anyway, I'm just trying to think of dinosaurs. You know, we are here at present because we have the keys in the codes in our DNA to know, if we've tapped in, if we're willing to tap in, to know how to move. And I do not claim an apocalyptic reality. I'm not saying things aren't going to get weird and strange, but the level of love that is expanding and light that is expanding in many, many, many souls right now, and also the souls that are entering the realm through babies, and those that are also leaving the realm to help and support from the unseen realms is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And so it's great to be prepared and to share tips, but please let that not be the only narrative that we exist in, because it's a vibrational matter. If you're teasing and tempting those darkness and demons your way, our way, if we continually think that we're in for a rough ride. Now, there are going to be things that appear, but if we follow our guide, we follow what we need to, we will have the resources available and do what we need to do to be able to move. But ultimately, many people are capable. It's a willingness. We have to be willing to look at ourselves. We have to be willing to exercise a bit more, to be a bit more like moderate in our eating. We have to be willing to give up a few luxuries, and we know how we can move with simple essentials, and you know, in hotter climes or not. And anyway, there's loads of things going on, but please let the apocalypse not be the reality that we anchor in if we desire a different outcome to what's come before. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, I'm just seeing a lot of content that is what I know it's useful and helpful, but there is a sense of urgency and panic that I feel beyond that, and I just trust that 234 on the clock where I'm at is that we are in alignment with love as a core strength, so that we'll know and see what we need to do should the time arrive. But my reality is not apocalyptic.